Hi guys, right, quick video on these thumb turn wires. Some people are, I don't know why, but I don't think they've ever taken a thumb turn apart to work out how this bypass works on some, not all of them, but some. As you can see, the tip of it is bent like a bit like a hockey stick. That tip has got to be facing up when you're inserting it in the lock. If you look at the keyway, see the shape of the keyway, and then you can see the shape of the wire. It's bent in such a way that it goes around the warding. So I'm going to push any of the pins down. This wire just literally rides the top of the pins, and that's it. It'll just slide in on top of the pins. No effort. I'm going to force it in or nothing. Back of the lock end, as you push this in, there's a spring. That's how you know if you're on a door and you've got, say, your pick gun blade or a hand pick, for example, and you put the pick in, and at the back of the lock you can feel a spring pushing back at you. You 100% know it's either a thumb turn or it's going to be a key and key cylinder with like a dual clutch. So you can have, it doesn't matter if the key's left in one side, you can put a key in the other side, because they all got a very similar float-in clutch mechanism for the cam. So anyway, even with those locks, a lot of them can be bypassed. Your ABUS E390s and whatever they're called, E90s, all those sort of things can be bypassed using this tool. Yeah, so keyway, tip facing up, push it on top of the pins, he says. Right, like that. Bit awkward on camera. Push the spring in, try turning it. Sometimes it'll turn straight away. If it doesn't, push the spring in. If you turn and nothing's happening, back off a little bit, and then that will sometimes allow it to pick up. So you've got to sort of fish around with it sometimes. So that's British Standard 1-star. Secure it. It's got a normal zone. Oh yeah. Some people also say, do you sell longer ones? Because if I've got like a 50-50 or something, I need a longer wire. Well, you don't, because the wire has only got to be as long as the blade on a 6-pin blank. Doesn't matter if the lock is one of those stupid bloody 100mm long ones or whatever you get on some silly commercial doors. It doesn't matter, because the part that this interacts with is exactly the same as the tip of a 6-pin blank. So there's a 50-50 there. Pop that in, doesn't matter. What else we got here? It's an Era 1-star. Again, tip facing up. There you go. So, for those who have never taken a thumb turn apart and don't understand why this works, if you look at this thumb turn here, this is part of the shuttle. So that is in there. When you push your key in, this pushes forward and then engages with the cam. Now there's a spring in the back of here. That's the spring resistance you're pushing against when you push the key in. So as you can see there is a notch on it. And all your wire is doing, you're sliding over the pins, and your wire tip is sitting in that notch and then turning it. So that's all. You're pushing this into the lock and just turning it. So you're bypassing all the pins, because all you're doing is picking up this. Now on some of these, and this is a good example, because this was a lock I was using to test, bloody hell, it's probably gone to about, well over 100 thumb turn wires. The more you do it, this, instead of having a nice square cutout, gets a bit worn away, because you imagine 100 of these going in there and, you know, dragging back and forth. So this, it comes to a point where you put your wire in and it sort of wants to turn, but the wire keeps on slipping out. That's just an indication you've got a really worn lock like this one is. So if that does happen, you're just going to have to persevere with it and just try and walk it round. But these are the ones you get sometimes on a customer's door where they've got the key, and the key it'll turn the cylinder, but it won't unlock the thumb turn. It's because the tip of the key has worn this thing away, and the key and the plug is spinning, but this is just staying there because the tip of the key can't engage with it. Alright, so that is why thumb turn bypass wires work on some locks. Now some locks don't have this, they'll have like a flat plate there, and it's then more the plug, these lugs on the plug, that actually engage with the cam, so the cam can't turn unless this turns. So there's a lot of ways around it, but quite a few manufacturers, like I said, Era for example, I mean that's a brand spanking new, one of their cylinders, they are still making these locks the way they've made them for 30 odd years, and they haven't designed that vulnerability out to them, and these are the ones you're going to find on loads of composite doors, so nice and easy to open. So just reiterating, tip faces up, it follows the warding, it basically just runs on the top of the pins. Yeah, so that is how you insert and use a thumb turn wire.